Throughout Gwen John's career, she took on the role of both a student and a tutor. It was while she was studying at the Slade School of Fine Art in London that she was taught by the infamous Henry Tonks. Tonks had started his career as a surgeon rather than an artist, and he encouraged his students to study anatomy in order to create the perfect portrait. It was also Tonks who encouraged his students to go and study at the National Gallery and work from some of the old master paintings that they had on display there. And it was there that Gwen John socialised and was informally tutored by Ambrose McEvoy, a Slade contemporary student and very close friend. McEvoy really taught Gwen John to layer the sort of coloured glazes in her work, which then she would take forward for the rest of her career. And new evidence has actually also suggested that this was reciprocated, that this teaching was reciprocated, and Gwen John actually taught McEvoy a number of things as well. In 1898, Gwen John finished at the Slade and went to study in Paris for a period. And it was here that she studied at the Académie Carmen, which was run by this woman, Carmen Rossi. The main teacher at the Académie Carmen was James McNeill Whistler, who had a huge influence on students of this generation. Gwen John was taught more about tonality, how to order a palette in a particular way, according to Whistler. And she took some of these things back with her to London. When she returned to London, she was asked if she could be the tutor to one of her closest friends, Edna Clark Hall. And Gwen teaches Edna exactly what she's learnt in Paris. She's teaching her how to use tone, how to use colour, and brings back several techniques that you can see in this work. This is an unusual work for Edna Clark Hall. She usually works in watercolour, but we see here her working in oil, and it really does speak to Gwen John's later work. It speaks in terms of the wicker basket that she's included, the chair, this slightly sparse interior, and yet including those very meaningful objects that we see in Gwen John's later work.